back to Mama Needs a Goal. Thank you so much for joining me today, and if you're new here, welcome. So I am jumping right into this because I want to get this made up real quick as I need to run out to pick my son up. Today I am making a cheesy ham and pasta casserole. The kids love this. It's not that difficult to make. It's a pretty easy one to do. All the ingredients are pretty simple. I will go over them with you real quickly, but one of the things that I wanted to mention is when I make this dish, I usually will bake a ham for dinner, and I always save the bone, and I'll do like cabbage and ham for myself because nobody else eats cabbage. But I also save some ham and I freeze it in a baggie right on there. And then this is what I end up using for my ham casserole, so that way you know, we don't waste any of the leftovers, and the ham is large enough that I can get a meal out of it with the ham. I can use it for this particular dish, and I also cut up some ham so that way we can have like omelets with the hams and stuff. So this is a great way to use up that leftover ham, because usually when you have a big ham, you usually have some pieces left over. So that's what I do. So whenever I make this dish, I always pull out of my freezer my leftover ham. So the other things that we're going to need today is some pasta, pepper, salt, a little Dijon mustard, onion. I already have an onion, half of an onion open, so I'm going to use that. A little bit of flour and garlic. You can tell, can you tell I love garlic? Milk, some butter, and cheese. Now, so right now I have a pot of water on the stove to get that boiling so I can cook my pasta, and then we're gonna head over to the pot where I start mixing all my ingredients. But first I want to chop up my ham and chop up my onion. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Like I said, I had this half an onion left from a dish that I made the other night, so I'm just going to go ahead and chop this up. So I just used for a pound of pasta and a half of an onion. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put this in a little bowl for now, so I am ready for it. Okay. I shot some onion on the floor. An Opry girl come running over thinking she was going to get something good. And guess what? She got fooled. Alright, so here is my ham, and I'm just going to go ahead and chop this up into little chunks. Okay, so I have a 9x13 baking dish, and I'm going to head and take some ham, and I'm just going to spray this now, and this way when I'm ready to go, this is all ready. So my baking dish is now ready, and I'm going to put that to the side. Okay, so we're going to start by putting in 2 tablespoons of butter. Okay, I'm going to throw that in there. Okay, let's get that butter nice and melted. Alright, while that's melting, I'm going to go ahead and throw in my onion. Okay, we're just going to get our onions soft. Now my water over here is boiling, so I'm going to go ahead and take the lid off of that. We're going to put our pasta in. And we're going to cook according to the box, so 11 to 13 minutes. As soon as that starts boiling, we will go ahead and turn the timer on for that. In the meantime, my onions look like they're doing well. We're going to go ahead and get this stirred a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and put in a clove of garlic. We like a lot of garlic, so I usually do 2 cloves. And like I said, I buy the minced garlic at Costco, so now I'm going to go ahead and get this mixed up really well and just cook it a little bit longer. Get the onions nice and soft. The water is starting to boil over here. Okay, so now my onion has cooked down a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and add in a little bit more butter. So we're going to add in our flour and milk. Let's just add a tad bit more butter in there. I just did about 1.5 tablespoons. Okay, that nice and melted. So now I'm going to take my 1/4 cup of flour. I'm going to go ahead and put that in. I'm going to stir that up really well. You see that? Okay, I'm going to set my timer because my water is starting to boil. And now I'm going to go ahead, I have 2.5 cups of milk. Now we do use skim milk because that's what we buy, but you can use skim milk, whole milk, 2%, it really doesn't matter. But we do skim milk. Okay, now I'm just going to mix that up. I'm going to take my little whisk here to help a little bit, and we're just going to whisk around in the pan just for about a minute. I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit. I love this whisk, by the way. I'm not sure where I got it. It may be a Pampered Chef whisk. I'm not really sure, but I love this thing. I don't know if you guys can see that. I love it. I find that when I have to melt cream cheese in a dish, this thing works really well. And as you can see, I don't have clumps of flour in there. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to add the cheese. So now I'm going to take a cup of cheese and add it in there. And I am very generous with my cheese, so honestly, I usually do 2 big handfuls. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my whisk and mix it around. Get the cheese all melted. While that is getting mixed up, I'm going to go ahead and do a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. I don't put as much salt in it because the ham sometimes is salty, so I do like a little less than 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then let's get this mixed back up again, and you can feel it starting to thicken now with the cheese in there. Now it's getting nice and thick. Okay, and now I'm going to take my Dijon mustard, shake it well. I'm going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. Put that in there. Give it a good stir. I don't know if you guys can see that is really starting to thicken up now, which is exactly what it's supposed to do. Give our pasta a quick stir. Okay, now I'm going to turn the heat down on this. And then once our pasta is done, oh, what am I saying? No, we're not. We're going to put our ham in there. Almost forgot the ham. So we're going to go ahead and put the ham in. Okay. There we go. Now the ham is in there. Couldn't forget the ham. So I have it on low, very low here. And then I'm just stirring in that ham. And you see how thick that's getting? That's what you want it to do. Alright. So now we just need to wait for our pasta, and then we'll go ahead and combine all the ingredients. Alright, my friends, my pasta is now cooked according to the box. Go. I'm just going to do a quick little rinse. I don't want it too cold, just want to rinse it down a little bit, kind of stop the cooking process. We're going to cook it in the oven. Okay. Okay, so what I did was I just brought my pasta dish over here. I'm going to go ahead and put 1/2 of it in, stir it up, and then I'm going to put the remainder in. Okay, and I'm going to put the rest of the pasta in. I hope you guys can see this. The sun's coming in the evening here and I'm cooking dinner. Okay, just give it a nice good stir and get it all mixed up. Alright, so we're going to take it over and put it in our casserole dish. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and dump this in my casserole dish, just like that. Alright. Then we're just going to spread that out. And then we're going to go ahead with the other 1/2 cup of cheese and spread on top. But like I mentioned before, I like cheese, so I just sprinkle it all on. My oven is preheating. It's on 350. We're going to go ahead and put it in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, just till the cheese is melted and a little bit bubbly on top. And sometimes I'll add a little bit of breadcrumbs on here, just to add a little bit extra. So that is it, friends. So we will put this in the oven and I'll show you when we're done. All right, my friends, timer just went off, so we're going to check it and see how it looks. Oh, it looks done. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So that'll do it for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. And if you end up making this recipe, please let me know what you thought of it. You can just leave a message right down in the comment section below. But don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Always share my videos if you don't mind. I would really appreciate it. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that little bell, as it'll notify you every time I have a new video coming out. So friends, thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!